Episode 3 of The God of High School is the first episode that utterly disappointed me in comparison. So much information left out. So much information. We have a lot to cover, so let's dive right in. Episode 3 crams the most so far into its episodes, leaving most of it out. The episode crams roughly 10 chapters into 22 minutes. Just for reference, it is from mid-chapter 14 to the end of chapter 24. Where episode 3 should technically begin is with a conversation between Mujin and Giju, because Giju is actually a character in the webtoon. Like, we get so much information about him in just this conversation, as well as his relationship with Mujin. In the webtoon, we get everything about Giju, whereas in the anime, we get nothing on Giju. Literally nothing the entire time. The only thing in the anime before the fight between Mission and Mira is an introduction to the cult. Barely that. It's mainly just saying, hey, here's another group we should be paying attention to, and that's only put in there so episode 4 makes any kind of sense, but that's for the next episode. We also have a completely different interaction between Mujin and Mori. In the anime, Mujin just discusses with the judges what to do with Mori and recognizes on a piece of paper that Taijin is his grandpa. In the webtoon, he's trying to get information out of Mori about if Taijin is related to Mori and then Taijin's location, and is completely taken aback by Mori's honesty. And then we get into the Mission and Mira fight. For the most part, this is completely the same, except for the fact that in the webtoon, Mission gives up the fight because she knows she would have to lose an arm to beat Mira, and she knows she would then have to waste her wish on getting her arm back, so she just gives up. Whereas in the anime, Mira just beats her and wins. This is different, but it's not super important. In the webtoon though, we still have a bigger focus on power level and health than in the anime. The next fight, however, upsets me the most. They took all of the personality out of this fight. They took all of the personality out of Bayek. Bayek has a fully fleshed out backstory within this fight, and it's about his dad and how he ended up studying fighting and getting to the point where he is. He even relates his dad's attitude to Hans, and it just works. Yet in the anime, they just leave all that out because cool fight, dude. Honestly, the anime version of this fight just disappointed me because there was no substance to it. And that's one of my biggest complaints about this series. It removes so much substance in the anime because fights are the priority. It's just disappointing. There's just so much gone here. The anime decides now is the time to give some backstory for Han, and Mujin just slips the sage pill into a bag of fruit for Mori while in the webtoon, and we are going to go fast with this. There's troops finding Taijin and getting dusted, the phone call between Taijin and Mujin, Taijin warning Mujin about Mori, them deciding that Q will fight Mori, Q beating Mori, Mori waking up after Q leaves excited for the fight and accepting his loss, a flashback with Mujin and Giju as well as the rest of the 6 challenging Taijin and then them losing, Mori still being locked in the building waking up to a voice, Mori eating the sage pill, the introduction to Na finding out Mori is Taijin's grandson and trying to kill him, Mori waking up in a bathroom before his fight with Q, a fight between Na and Mujin, and then we finally get to the fight between Mori and Q. Do you see how much they skipped in just a short time? All important information, all a part of a cohesive story. But no, we don't deserve the cohesive story in the anime. At least we have cool fights though, right? This fight does go roughly the same with Mori beating down Q, but in the middle of this fight, we get some information as to what the Sage Pill is and its purpose. Mori gets hit by Q's Chariot and he goes down, and the judges step in to stop Q. Mori gets back up though, ready to fight, until R puts him back down. And to end off before the next episode starts, in the webtoon we are introduced to the cult as they try to take down Taijin. This is where I can see the anime for the God of High School starting to take a nosedive. So much information, and I mean super important information, was left out for the sake of fitting in 3 fights in this episode. I've heard that episode 4 is where the anime goes way off track, so the next video should be a fun one. The anime has a straight path through the fights, while the exposition, the actual story, is just a distant thought. I guess this perfectly encapsulates my confusion while watching the anime, because literally nothing has been explained the way it should be. But that's all for this video. I still plan on at least releasing one of these a week. I know I got 2 out last week, and I'm hoping to do the same this week. I've heard some complaints about Tower of God, so I may do a series on that when I'm done with God of High School, but here's a quick question. Let me know what you think. Are they gonna mess up Noblesse like they have the God of High School? If so, would you like to see a similar comparison series on that when it comes out? I'm still relatively new to webtoons, so if there is one thing that these new anime are doing, it's getting them some exposure to those who don't know about them. Anyways though, as always, if you liked the video, don't forget to like and subscribe.